What's going on, guys? Auzio here. Welcome back to a brand new video. So today I'm going to show you guys my rank 1 custom tactics. The tactics I ended up using to finish rank 1 on the main and the RTG as well. And the formation 4-5-1. A formation that I did use in previous years, but a formation that I didn't really like in previous years. But with the new role system this year, we can make it work, and we can make it work really well. The RTG team looks absolutely insane. I did not expect to have this team this early into the game, especially on an RTG. If you go back last year and see the team we had, it was not even close to this. But of course, with the new reward system that we've got this year, it's so much easier to get a team like this. FUTGG rewards giving out an insane amount of coins, insane amount of tradable packs, and of course Elite Division giving out a hefty amount as well. We got Alisson in goal, Virgil, Saliba at the back with the Lot and Theo Hernandez. In the midfield, Petri, Enzo, Bruno, they all have the exact same playstyle plus, and I'll get into that very soon. Lauren James on the right hand side, Sam Kerr up top, and Inform Rayton on the left-hand side. Now, there is certain players or certain types of players that you want in each position to make this formation work. Goalkeeper can really be anyone, but if their preferred role is sweeper keeper, that is better. Defenders, Defender Plus is what we're going to be using, or sorry, Defender role is what we're going to be using. If they have Defender Plus, that is amazing, but they don't need to have it. Left back, make sure the left back is able to go forward. Of course, I got Theo Hernandez. For me, Theo is the best fullback in the entire game. There's no one even close. I've tried Ferland Mendy. He's great on defense, but going forward can be a bit weird with his dribbling ability. Alfonso's incredible as well, but he's just not as good as Theo on defense because of Theo's Bruiser Plus. If you can get Theo, unbelievable. If you can't get Theo, not the end of the world. You can go for a Diogo Dalot in that left back position, and he works wonders there. In the right back position, you want to try to go for someone that is very good on defense. I like Dalot on defense. I feel like he's incredible this year at defending, so I've got him in a right back position. Kunde works really well as well. There's probably a few other right backs out there that you guys can name that I can't think of at the top of my head right now. But yeah, just go for a play on that right hand side that can defend really well. In the right mid position, a player that's got pace, a player that can run in behind, and preferably a right-footed player for the Travelers. In the midfield, you want to have that long ball playstyle plus. Long ball playstyle plus is so OP this year. It is insane. The overtop through balls are crazy with that playstyle plus. If the player does not have that playstyle plus, you will notice that the through balls are not even near as good, and you will notice that some of the overtop through balls just kind of go out of play. So yeah, make sure some of the players have long ball playstyle plus. You don't need to have all of them like me. On my other account, on the main account, I don't have all 3. I have 2. I got Boteas in the left centre mid position. Also, if you have got a player, let's say you got lucky and you got Hamshik out of your hero pack from rewards, from FUTGG rewards, play him in a right centre mid position and go for power shots across goal. Power shots are also very OP this year. In the left mid position, a player that is fast once again, preferably a player that is left-footed, so you can go for the Travelers. Doesn't have to be. If you got a Liao's incredible with the L1 speed boost this year, but if you can get a left-footed player on the left-hand side, it's going to give you another option, another way of scoring. And in the striker position, we're going to be playing the strike on advanced forward. So if the player can play advanced forward, incredible. If they can't, it's not really the end of the world. Go for a striker that you like. I will be putting all my codes in the description, just to let you guys know. We're going to be looking at 3 different tactics here. My attacking one, my defensive one, and of course, my middle ground, let's say, the one that I roll in when I get into the game. Again, 4-5-1 formation, of course, is the way. Balance, build-up style. I have tried counter. I have tried short passing. I like balance. I feel like it's the most balanced. Defensive approach, 50. I see some people putting this on 70. I actually see some people going all the way up to 95. Listen, I like 50 personally. When I match up against a really good player and I play 70, I feel like I get counter-attacked way too easily. So I like 50. I feel like it's very, it's perfectly in between you not allowing the overtop through balls, constantly, and it's not you playing too deep to the point where you're allowing them to go for a Trivela. So I definitely do advise going for 50. Player roles. If I go over to show activity map so you guys can actually see where the players are going to be playing without the ball, and of course we'll switch over to with the ball in 2 seconds. So Alisson, sweeper keeper. I like sweeper keeper this year. I think it's very helpful. I think bringing out the keeper, or the keeper coming out automatically, is insane. It genuinely is so OP this year. And if you go for goalkeeper just straight up on the rolls, it's fine. You can do that. But I just feel like bringing them out to collect the ball, it's something that's so helpful when your opponent is doing overtop through balls constantly. The two centre backs are going to be on defender. Your right back is going to be on fullback defend. So with the ball, it's actually going to look like this. It's going to pretty much turn into like a free back when you have the ball. The reason I've done that is because there's so many times, and I'm pretty sure everyone's got this problem. I do FC24 passes is what I call it. Passes that would work in FC24 in the midfield that don't work in FC25, and I end up losing the ball in so many stupid areas, and next thing you know, they're up against my two like centre backs instantly. So I've got the fullback on defend, the right fullback, or the right back on fullback on defend. So it pretty much allows me to have a free back and have a bit more of that defensive, you know, defensive structure when I do lose the ball in like a stupid area. Left back is going to be on wing back balance. So as I said, a player that can go forward, you guys can see, pushes up the pitch and goes for some overlaps in behind the left mid. When you're looking at the midfield, let's go from right centre mid to the middle centre mid to the left centre mid. So right centre mid is going to be box to box. You guys can see I've got Bruno Fernandes, a player that can't play that role, let's say perfectly, but a player that can play that role. You don't really need a role plus player. I feel like a lot of people are over exaggerating this role plus and this role plus stuff. I feel like, yes, it is nice to have it, but you don't need it. The only position that I've seen where it's really nice in actually is the striker position. The striker position, having a player that can actually play the role you want, is nice because of the movement that you see. They adjust themselves very quickly on how you're dribbling and how you're moving the ball. In every other position, I don't really notice it too much, but of course, I guess if the player can play that role, like for example, Rayton can play inside forward plus, it's always nice to have that. But yeah, right centre mid, box to box, middle centre mid, holding. He's going to be kind of dropping a little bit, not going as high up as your left centre mid and right centre mid, and you're going to pretty much have this player. If I go with ball, you're going to pretty much have this player just sitting there, allowing you to have that passing option back if you need. If you are getting cornered on the side, you still have that pass in the middle. Left centre mid is going to be on playmaker, have that freedom to go forward. And the left mid is going to be on inside forward balance, and the right mid is going to be on inside forward attack. So once again, if we go with ball, you guys can see the right mid goes all the way up, actually acting like a right wing when you're with the ball, and your left mid doesn't go as far forward but still goes forward to give you an option. The right mid's goal here is to kind of support the striker. You guys know having one striker can mean that striker is kind of like isolated in a way up there by themselves up against the two defenders or three defenders depending on what formation you're playing up against. So the right mid kind of allows them to have an option, an outlet where they can touch the ball, turn to the left or the right, and then pass it out to the wing. Of course, Rayton not being so much like too far up there, usually pass over to your right mid more than your left mid, but there's going to be times that you're able to pass to your left mid. And with the striker, you want to go advanced forward. Some people are going poachers, some people are going false nine. It definitely does depend on the formation that you are using. I like advanced forward because I feel like it's a nice balance where the player does come short, but the player also does run it behind if they see a gap in behind. But yeah, this 4-5-1 formation, absolutely unreal. Again, I'm going to leave a code to every single tactic that I'm going to show you guys. If I'm trying to hold a lead here, I don't actually play this formation. If I'm trying to hold a lead, let's say it's 80th minute, 2-1 up, I don't really want to concede, I switch over to the 4-1-4-1. Something that I've seen this year with FC25 compared to like previous years is you can't really completely switch your formation, because if a player cannot play the position that you want them to play, then they have some very, very weird movement. So I try to pretty much stick to similar formations. So the only difference between this formation and the 4-5-1, CDM. Centre mid goes into a CDM role. That's the only difference. You still have one striker, you still got a left mid, you still got a right mid, you still got two centre mid. So you still pretty much have everything apart from the extra centre mid. That's pretty much it. The tactics for this is balance and balance once again. So not going too deep, so you're inviting the Travellas, not going too high, so you're inviting the overtop through balls. Player roles are very similar, I'm going to be honest. Sweeper keeper on the goalkeeper, defender on the two centre backs. Fullback, or let's say the right back is on fullback defense, so the exact same thing as the 4-5-1. The left back is on fullback balance, so no longer on wing back, which again, you can go for if you want to. It's just because I'm trying to hold a lead here, I'm not trying to, you know, push my fullbacks too high up there. I want my defensive line to be there the entire time, because if I do end up missing the ball, or let's say if I do end up giving away the ball, they're at least there, ready to defend, ready to go. The CDM is on holding. I'm trying to get here. There you go. Holding, defend. So exactly what the 4-5-1 is when it comes down to like that middle center mid, but of course they drop deeper, so it actually looks like this in game. The right center mid is box to box, the left center mid is on playmaker, Rayton is on inside forward balance, right mid is on inside forward balance now as well. So of course in the other formation we ended up having this on an attack. I'm trying to defend the lead here. I don't really want to push up too far forward, so I'm having my right mid and left mid now come back on defense and help out. The striker is still on advance forward though. If I'm trying to get back into a game and not actually trying to defend the lead, I do switch over to my attacking tactic, which is actually the 4-5-1. So I'm going from the 4-5-1 to the 4-5-1 pretty much if I'm trying to get back into the game. Roles are a little bit different, and there's one thing that is different on this screen, and it is the defensive approach. Aggressive. 100. All the way to the top. I know what people are going to say. Don't you think this is a little bit much? Last year, I would agree. Last year, going all the way to 100 was, you know, it was definitely up there. I was like, hey, let's calm down a little bit. 80 is enough. And that's what I did last year. I went 80, 85, sometimes even 90 if I wanted to. But I feel like 100 last year, you would not do it. I feel like it was just way too high. This year, I go 80. I see my team not having enough passion. I'm trying to get back into the game here. I'm 2-1 down in the 80th minute. Yeah, I'm out here looking at my right mid, just walking around, doing absolutely nothing. It looks like she's about to go to the fan and sign a few shirts, sign a few pictures. So I'm trying to get back into a game here. I'm trying to see a bit of passion. 100 depth allows your team to have that passion, allows your team to have that press and get that ball as quick as possible. Player roles, goalkeeper, still on sweeper keeper, centre back, still on defender. Right back is now on fullback balance, so no longer defend. Your left back is on wing back balance, middle centre mid, holding, box to box on right centre mid, playmaker attack on the left centre mid, inside forward attack on the right mid, inside forward attack on the left mid now as well, and advance forward in that striker position. So with the ball, it looks the exact same as our original 4-5-1, but, well, actually not exactly the same, to be honest. The left mid is slightly more up there. So now we have a clear option on the left and the right as well. So yeah, that is the 4-5-1 tactics. That is the tactics I ended up using to hit rank 1. As I always say in my tactic videos, don't just give it a game or two. Play more games. Play like 5, play 6, play even 10. You need to get used to these formations. What I did when I originally used the 4-5-1 at the start of the game is I did like it, but I felt like the striker just was lonely up there. I had the wrong roles in the 4-5-1. I didn't use it to how it's meant to be used. Something that I definitely do advise as well, learn how to trigger runs and learn how to call players short as well. R1, press R1 when facing towards one of your teammates, they will come short. Tap L1 if you want them to make a run in behind. Aim towards them, tap L1, they'll make a run in behind in a straight line. It's something that you need to learn in this game with how the attacking AI is in this game. They're good, they're better than what we've seen in previous years, but they're not perfect. They won't see a wide open gap every single time. So that's when you have to come into play and tell them to come short or make a run in behind. Also, I do advise learning how to do a player lock. And I will be honest, player lock this year is not as good as it was in previous years. Why? Because there's this delay to player lock right now where you player lock into a player, you press the pass button, they don't pass it. You press it again, they don't pass it. You press it for the third time, they go ahead and pass it. So there is this like weird like player lock glitch right now where there has got a delay on it and it's definitely annoying to work with. So I do still advise learning to actually use it, but don't overuse it. Last year, I definitely overused it. Last year, there was no delay with the player lock, but I just did way too many of them. This year, I've cut down on them. I still do them, but I've learned how to tell players to make a run in behind and tell players to come short way more often, and I really do advise learning that. Again, I'm gonna put all 3 codes in the description, so it makes your life 10 times easier. The codes are on the screen right now, but of course, me, flicking through these, you have to pause the video, all of that. So I'll make it much easier for you guys. I'll put my 4-5-1 that I go into the game with at the top, then the attacking one, and then the defensive. It's all going to be in the description. If you want to watch FUTGG rewards, the 2 rank 1 rewards that I ended up opening, I'll also put a link to that video in the description. I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I hope you guys have a good experience with these tactics, and hopefully it takes you to the next level.